Let me tell you about an unconventional form of PvP in Minecraft. This is called Crystal PvP, or Crystal Combat. You probably have heard of this and seen this before as it first originated from 2B2T. This is a form of combat where you mainly use Ender Crystals as your main form of offense or damage. Now I know some of you may be surprised that you can even craft Ender Crystals, and more of you may be even more surprised to discover that this is an actual valuable thing to use in PvP. You see, when someone has full enchanted diamond and prot 4, on easy it would take 3 explosions to kill them. On normal and hard, it will only take 1. With blast prot, it would take 5 explosions on easy, and 2 on normal and 1 on hard. Do you understand how broken this is? And you may think, okay, well what about netherite? Well you see, when someone has full prot for netherite, it would take 3 explosions on easy, and 1 on normal and hard. And with blast prot, it would take 7 consecutive explosions on easy, 2 on normal, and 1 on hard. And as you can see, this is quite broken. Now you may think to yourself, okay, now how can the user not get themselves killed? Well, it's actually pretty easy. You just need to be 2 or so blocks underneath the Ender Crystal when it explodes, as you would take little to no damage. So you can probably tell that if you're fighting someone who doesn't know or unaware of what Crystal PvP is, 9 times out of 10 you'll probably win that engagement. But of course, nothing is perfect, and this goes for Crystal PvP. You see, the only real big counter to this is by playing range. If the other person you're fighting is expecting you to use Crystal PvP and know what it is, then they can just be far away using a bow and arrow, because the only real way to do damage with this thing is if they're up close and personal and on top of you. And of course, you actually need to know how to properly use it, as sometimes if you're not careful or mess up or slip, or if they're fast enough, you could probably get yourself in the explosion. And another very important thing to note is that, well yes, you do have the possibility of doing all this amount of damage as shown before. The person really needs to be on the crystal itself. They literally need to be inside of it in order to get the max damage. And you probably won't have your enemy like directly inside of it. Chances are they'll probably be like 2 or so blocks away from the crystal when it explodes. Which, don't get me wrong, it'll still do a decent amount of damage, but if you don't kill them or do enough damage as expected, keep in mind that the max damage you could get is directly inside of the crystal. And of course, you probably have seen this before, but Ender Crystals can only be placed either on bedrock or on obsidian. So you're going to have to bring a lot of obsidian with you if you're going to use it. So next time, if you want to bully your friends and have a money match against them to see who would win in a Minecraft PvP, go ahead and pull out crystals, as they are very fun to use and very satisfying when you get the